Show us some upgrades and home hacks that are not only easy on the wallet, but also eco-friendly as well, is environmental lifestyle expert Danny Seo. Welcome, Danny.
Hey.
Listen, man, I'm looking forward to all this.
Yeah.
You know what you're talking about when it comes to these home hacks that can help us out.
You know, a number one question I get as a magazine editor is always about countertops, because that's sort of like the jewelry of a kitchen, if you think about it.
Yeah.
And so for a lot of us, we think the only solution is to rip out countertops when you're renovating a kitchen.
Yeah.
That's expensive. New countertops are expensive. So Wilson Art has something that's a really affordable solution that I like. It's called Recover.
Yes.
And with Recover, it's basically kind of like peel and stick, you know, with contact paper, but for countertops. And so any flat surface, a countertop, kitchen cabinets, doors, you can just peel and stick that, or you can also do this. This is a new surface they have called Thinscape.
Yeah.
This is an engineered surface where you can actually get a really thin, this is actually how wide it will be, the thickness of it.
Got
this is
it.
a European finish. So all these new innovations in countertops, Wilson Art sort of has all these great ideas that really you can save money, be green, and get beautiful results too.
Okay, so clearly we've already jumped into some of our home hacks right here. So peel and stick is one version, and there's other application that we can use it, and that's with this cork contact paper.
You see that beautiful lamp back there? And so a lot of us, maybe you have like a drum shell lampshade at home, and it's like it's got a dent in it or something, and you're like, oh, I have to go buy a new lampshade. You don't.
Right.
Actually, I'll put a dent in this one.
You will.
Look at this. So like you have a lampshade with like a dent like this. How do you repair it? This is cork contact paper.
Okay.
So it comes in the store just like this. Normally, it's used for like lining the shelves in your kitchen.
Yeah.
So what I love about it is that it's a natural material, and you can cut like silhouettes, you can punch holes out, we could take like a
just to let a little extra light through is the idea, right? Because obviously this would be blocking the light, unlike a lampshade that would kind of be letting some light through.
This will illuminate sort of the pattern through, or you can leave it alone.
Okay.
And then all you have to do literally is peel and stick. So there's like a backing on here.
But is there a specific technique? I was asking you about this. I know it's always tricky to get started.
This is always the hardest part.
So the technique, because I feel like contact paper can get a little bit tricky. So you sort of pull and then stick at the same time.
Yeah, so you match up the edges.
Okay, very good.
And then you slowly do it.
You don't take it all off at once.
No, do you see what I'm doing?
Very good.
And it sticks right on. And by the way, if it's not right, it just picks right up.
Okay,
and you can
beautiful.
redo it. You go all the way around and around and around, and you end up with a brand new lampshade.
Looking fantastic like that.
Isn't that pretty great?
You know what you're talking about.
I love it.
We're off to a great start. Something you need to know about me is I hold on to our old paint cans, all right? So we've done a lot of painting in and around the house. And I've got them all stacked up, and you're telling me that's not a great idea. It's not the best way to keep our old paint.
Yeah, I mean, these are nice paint cans, but imagine like the metal. You have the
That's what I have. That's what I have. I have it all in a section outside my shed, and it doesn't really keep very well.
That's the worst place to put it because the temperatures are fluctuating, there's humidity, and basically all these things actually make the paint go bad. It spoils.
Okay.
And so what you don't want to do is just save the same can the paint came in. You actually want to mix. First of all, I'm going to show you how to make chalkboard paint first.
Okay, great.
So you can
use some of those old paint, some of the leftover paint that you've used in your house for a nice little DIY here.
Just take a bunch of your leftover paint. You can mix up different colors, you know, and then the trick to making a chalkboard paint is that once you mix up all the different colors, you have to add one more thing. Can you guess what this might be?
That is, I know, because I've been doing my research, a little powdered grout.
Powdered grout. So like you get this at the home improvement store. It's for tile.
Yeah.
Comes in giant bags. You need like 2 tablespoons. So this is what I always say, don't go out and buy a giant bag of powdered grout. Just ask your friends and your neighbors, has anyone done a tile renovation project? And say, can I please have a little bowl of powdered grout?
Because you don't need much. You don't need much. We likely all have a little bit of leftover paint, and you just kind of come by some powdered grout, you mix it together.
Mix it in, it adds grit to the paint, and you've got instant chalkboard paint in any color that you want.
How genius is that?
So easy. Now,
that's all that needs to make regular paint into chalkboard paint is just a little bit of powdered grout.
That's it. You don't have to buy chalkboard paint at the store. You can make your own. By the way,
kids will love that. Okay.
Storing paint.
Now we'll get it into the storage. Talk to me.
So you want to save your, this was like a soda bottle.
Yeah.
Or you get a smaller one, a bigger one, whatever you want. You save the paint by simply pouring it into the bottle.
And why is it better in a plastic bottle? Why is this better than the cans that I have?
Because this actually creates an airtight finish, okay? Because you can put the cap back onto the bottle. And when you fill it up, but the other trick is you want to add, I'm going to take this out real quick.
Okay.
We're going to add marbles to this. And the reason we're going to add marbles is that when you're ready to do some touch-up work on the walls in your house, instead of mixing the paint with a paint stir, all you have to do, imagine it's a little bowl.
That's pretty cool.
You just have to shake it up, and the marbles actually mix the paint for you.
It reminds me of a protein shake mixer I have. It's got a little thing, forget it. It's a whole other conversation.
That's
genius.
That's not a bad idea. If you have a leftover
It's
protein shake thing,
yes.
put store paint in that.
That's not where I was going with that, but okay.
I like that idea.
Okay.
That's being very resourceful. I like that. I actually do.
The next one that you're going to help us out is a way to save money with just literally the click of a button. Tell us about how we can save money on our black ink.
This is the craziest thing. So like, how much does it bother you that your inkjet printer or laser printer, those cartridges dry out?
It drives me crazy.
And they're expensive.
It drives me crazy. They run out, they dry out. Either way.
So the simplest fix is actually just to change your font. So the default font when you're printing out Word documents is usually Arial. That's a really thick font that uses a lot of ink. If you just switch the default to like Times New Roman, it actually saves about 25% less ink, which equals about $25. There's a difference. I mean, it barely looks any different. And personally, I think the Times New Roman on the left looks better.
It does. It's got more sort of, well, it's just got a little bit of character to it, I think.
But who can't do that? All you have to do is switch that, and you can actually save like $10, $20, $30 a year on your cartridges.
And less aggravation of having to replace them all the time, which is priceless.
And there's actually even like thinner fonts called like Century Gothic. You'll save even more money.
Okay.
Yeah, you can go kind of crazy with that, but like, who would have thought? One little thing.
I love how different these little tips are too, coming all around our house, and we're going to end on something that is even different yet again. It's going to be helping us water our plants, prevent our plants from dying from lack of water. He says with a smile on his face, out of experience.
I mean, are you a green thumb or a brown thumb?
Well, you know, I'm learning.
Black thumb.
Shirley here is helping me out big time. I'm learning tons from Shirley here on the show, but I have never heard this. Tell me what you're doing here with these sponges.
I have been obsessive about figuring what to do with old sponges like when you try and replace them. I actually cut them up into little squares like this, and then you just toss them into this. Can you hand me that
you got it.
trowel over there? Or if you want to mix it together.
So you're doing that.
You mix it into the soil, and what you do is when you water a plant, you want to overwater it, and then the little sponges absorb the excess water, so that if you forget to water your plant, the sponges will do it for you.
That is...
Isn't that the craziest?
I mean, that's a cool tip. Is it just me, or is that super cool? And that way...
I mean, come on.
I'd shake your hand, but you got... No, it's good. It's good.
Okay.
I appreciate it, buddy. Fantastic tips. That's going to help me out. I have had some bad luck with plants in the past, so I'll let you know how I do. Full instructions, everybody. Head over to hallmarkchannel.com. And for more from Danny, pick up the latest issue of Naturally Danny Seal. Great job, Danny, really. All right, so does it matter?